There are places on Earth where history feels unfinished, where the stones themselves seem to hide what textbooks could never dare to reveal. But what if one of those places holds a truth the world isn't ready for? High in the Albanian mountains, beyond the tourist paths and the known ruins, lies a region villagers whisper about but never fully explain. Why do the locals avoid speaking about this place? They say that when the moon is thin and the valleys fall silent, lights shimmer along the ridgelines, lights that move with intent, as if tracing forgotten pathways carved by a civilization older than Illyria, older than Rome, older than memory itself. What kind of civilization could leave behind signs like these? Archaeologists who ventured here returned with strange stories, monoliths bearing symbols no one can classify, foundations impossibly aligned with constellations that mattered only to cultures we don't recognize. How can symbols exist from cultures that shouldn't exist? And there is one ruin in particular, buried beneath centuries of soil, that appears to have been built by hands that understood engineering far beyond their era. Who had the knowledge to build something so advanced? Something happened here, something the official record never mentions. Why would history choose to hide this? And if the truth is real, it rewrites everything we think we know about Europe. So what truth lies beneath these mountains? You're watching World Untold. Subscribe for more untold history. But what untold history comes next? Albania's landscape is a maze of secrets. Which of these secrets matters most? From the jagged peaks of the accursed mountains to the quiet shores of the Ionian Sea, the country is layered like a vault, each century leaving behind traces that don't quite match the next. Why don't these layers align with known history? But the deepest mysteries begin in the north, where local legends speak of a people who built with light, a phrase dismissed for generations as poetic exaggeration. What did light truly mean to them? That changed in the late 1990s when a team of researchers stumbled upon a cluster of stones arranged in a perfect geometric spiral, something no known Albanian culture ever used. Who created a spiral so mathematically exact? These stones were carved with microscopic precision, their edges unnaturally smooth as if shaped by tools that shouldn't exist in the region's ancient timeline. How did ancient hands achieve such perfect craftsmanship? The team believed they found a ceremonial structure, but sensors revealed something stranger. Beneath the formation, a second chamber lay hidden, sealed by an interlocking mechanism thousands of years ahead of its time. Why would such advanced engineering be buried here? Local archives offered no clues. Oral tradition, however, did. Why does myth know what history doesn't? Elder villagers told of a vanished people, said to have fled into the mountains when a great fire swept across their homeland, fire not from war, but from the sky. Their descendants supposedly mingled with early Illyrian tribes, but their knowledge, that disappeared. What was this mysterious fire from the sky? For decades, this was dismissed as myth, until ground scans detected what looked like the lower walls of an underground complex stretching farther than any pre-Roman structure in the region. How massive was this hidden complex? When excavations began, researchers uncovered something even stranger. The walls showed signs of extremely intense heat, not from torches or volcanic activity, but from temperatures far exceeding anything the ancient world could typically produce. What generated such impossible heat? It mirrored a pattern found in only a few places around the planet, sites tied to mysterious collapses of early cultures. Some theorists proposed that Albania was once part of a forgotten trade network that died violently. Others suggested a natural cataclysm wiped it out. Which explanation is closer to the truth? But one detail refused to fade: the alignment. Every major stone corridor pointed toward a specific star cluster, one that only appeared prominently in the sky more than 12,000 years ago. If the dating is accurate, the site predates the Illyrians by millennia. And suddenly, the legends of a people, before the people, didn't sound mythical, they sounded like testimony. One surviving tablet fragment, found deep in a collapsed tunnel, bore a strange script unlike Illyrian, Greek, Latin, or Thracian writing. The strokes were too deliberate, too controlled, like a language made for precise record-keeping. Translation attempts failed. But one symbol repeated throughout the tablet, a circle with a cut through the center, representing, according to local oral tradition, the day the world split. Whether it describes an earthquake, a cosmic event, or a collapse of civilization, no one can say. But the discovery challenges everything. If Albania once held a culture capable of advanced engineering, precise astronomical mapping, and architectural complexity thousands of years ahead of its time, then the Balkans may hide one of Europe's oldest civilizations, erased long before the rise of the First Kingdoms. The official record may be silent. But the stones are not. And they are finally being heard. So what else lies waiting beneath Albania's forgotten soil?